Welcome to Voice of Gender Studies. Today we explore gender-based violence, a global crisis affecting millions of women. According to UN Women, this violence continues to rise despite international efforts. Gender-based violence refers to harmful acts committed against individuals based on socially constructed gender roles. Judith Butler's gender performativity theory helps us understand how society shapes these roles and justifies them. Gender-based violence is not just a social problem, it is a direct violation of human rights, dignity, and bodily autonomy. The United Nations declared in 1948 that every human has the right to live free from fear, coercion, and harm. Women are disproportionately targeted because patriarchal systems normalize male dominance. Sylvia Walby's patriarchy theory explains how power structures force women into vulnerable social positions.
Gender-based violence appears in many forms: physical, sexual, emotional, economic, and even digital. The World Health Organization identifies these as the most common patterns of violence against women. Physical violence remains the most widespread form. Beatings, choking, forced confinements, and marital violence continue to harm women globally. Researcher Mary Ellsberg documents how most victims never report these abuses. Sexual violence includes rape, marital rape, harassment, coercion, and exploitation. Susan Brownmiller's groundbreaking work shows how rape has historically been used as a tool of fear and control against women. Emotional and psychological abuse often goes unseen but causes deep damage. Isolation, threats, humiliation, and manipulation slowly break a woman's mental strength. Evan Stark calls this coercive control, a silent form of domination. Economic violence forces women into dependency, denying employment, controlling money, or restricting access to resources keeps women trapped. Naila Kabir explains how economic empowerment can break this cycle. Digital gender-based violence is rising worldwide. Women face cyberstalking, revenge pornography, hacking, and threats online. Researcher Danielle Citron highlights how digital abuse destroys both privacy and safety. Globally, 1 in 3 women will face physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. WHO reports show these numbers have remained unchanged for decades, revealing how deep the crisis runs. In South Asia and Pakistan, violence takes additional forms, such as honor killings, dowry violence, acid attacks, and forced marriages. Farida Shahid's work shows how cultural silence protects perpetrators. Root causes of gender-based violence include patriarchy, inequality, stereotypes, and victim-blaming cultures. Simone de Beauvoir's theory reminds us that women are not born inferior, they are made inferior by societal structures. The psychological impact on women is devastating. Depression, PTSD, anxiety, and emotional numbness can last for years. Lenore Walker's cycle of violence theory shows how victims become trapped in repeating patterns of abuse. Children living in violent homes experience emotional trauma, low academic performance, and long-term behavioral problems. Murray Strauss reveals how violence becomes normalized across generations. Gender-based violence reinforces unequal power structures. Rai Wynne Connell's theory on gender-power relations explains how society maintains male authority through fear, control, and violence. Although laws exist, enforcement remains weak. Social pressure, corruption, and fear prevents women from reporting crimes. CEDAW emphasizes that states must protect women from all forms of discrimination and violence. Education and awareness can transform societies. According to Bell Hooks, feminist education is a powerful tool for empowering women and challenging systems of oppression. Prevention requires strong laws, community training, support services, and empowerment programs. Researchers Heiss and Garcia Moreno show that violence can be reduced through coordinated social and institutional efforts.
A world free from violence demands collective responsibility. Families, communities, governments, and individuals must work together to protect women. Let us raise our voices and demand change. What do you think is the most effective way to reduce gender-based violence in society? Tell me your views in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, trim, share. For more research-based gender studies content, stay connected.